Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining NJEDA's annual Small Business Week Resource Workshop. NJEDA serves as the state's principal agency for driving economic growth. In this workshop, we're going to cover resources available throughout the state for our small business community. These resources would not be available if it were not for our legislators' commitment to New Jersey's businesses and economy. Many of the resources that we're going to talk about today are funded through state appropriation. I would now like to introduce Assemblyman Bill Moen, representing District 5, which includes municipalities in Camden and Gloucester County. Welcome, Assemblyman Moen.
Thank you, Maggie, and good evening to everyone. Let me first begin by thanking you for taking time away from your family and your busy schedules, including your small businesses, to join us tonight. I think this will be beneficial for you in one way or another. As we've heard already, May is Small Business Month in New Jersey, and this week does commemorate Small Business Week. I'm very happy to see that the EDA is hosting this webinar series for small businesses and entrepreneurs like yourself. In fact, in the State Assembly, I have the honor of serving on a few committees, but one of them is the Assembly Commerce and Economic Development Committee, where we hear specifically from small businesses and even larger companies and corporations about the needs that they have in this to move forward for them in terms of us looking to support them as they begin those steps in moving forward as we're still coming out of this pandemic. I know that I don't have to tell you all that small business and entrepreneurship is what makes South Jersey and our entire state more friendly and enjoyable place to live. And I often say that it is truly the backbone of our state's economy. And I think we all know that small town communities and even some of our cities feel more like home when you're able to walk into that mom and pop corner shop, the coffee shop, or the pizza shop, and the owner knows your name and sometimes your order. That's my family on Friday nights with our local pizza place. When you walk into that small barber shop on Main Street and the usual Saturday crowd is in there catching up, or just simply walking down Main Street and seeing how all of that connects together to make something bigger than ourselves, our local economy. And then from that, the patchwork that creates our state economy. So the goal of these webinars is to make sure that you are informed about all of the great work that's occurring here in the state through both state and federal resources, because they're the key to helping small business growth in New Jersey. And be sure to take advantage of them. This evening, as you will hear, there will be representatives from the Economic Development Authority who will dive into specific topics, things that you all are probably dealing with yourself in one way or another. They're tied to things like small business grants and loans, how to register a business, how to certify a business if it's a women-owned or minority-owned or veteran-owned business, and how to access those free available technical assistance and professional mentorship programs that you may need either now or in the future, or maybe in the past, that you still recognize could be useful to you today. So as you are starting on this new path of entrepreneurship, or maybe just moving on to the next chapter of that journey of yours, I just want to personally offer that if I can be at all helpful in this journey, please contact my office. I'm based in Audubon. My office is based in Audubon, but we represent many municipalities across Camden and Gloucester County. And I am happy, whether you live in my district or not, I'm happy to be a hand extended to you as you continue along this path. So again, thank you for having me this evening. I hope you learned some new information tonight that helps you along your path to success. Best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Assemblyman. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Carla Morrison, our Senior Small Business Liaison.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Maggie, and thank you, everyone, for being on here this evening. We're going to talk a bit about some resources that are available to you, and thank you, Maggie, for sharing some background about EDA, and you're going to hear a little bit of background about our partners as well. So we could go ahead to the next slide and go ahead and get started. As we said, we did introduce EDA, and now for the next slide, I'll tell you a little bit about our liaisons that cover the state of New Jersey. There are 4 of us, and we cover New Jersey from the north to the south, and we got Central in there too. Next slide. So as the liaisons, we're covering the grant programs, and I'm going to tell you a bit about our grant programs that we do have, and that is our lease grant, our improvement grant, and our e-commerce support grant. Next slide. Now for these grants, the eligibility requirements are pretty much the same, and it is open to all commercial and nonprofit businesses. The businesses do have to meet SBA's definition of a small business determined by their NAICS code. For this grant, we will ask for a tax clearance certificate from all the businesses. And if that is not something you're familiar with getting, on our website, we do give you direction and assistance in getting your tax clearance certificate. We do ask that the businesses be in good standing with the Department of Labor and Environmental Protection. We ask that you certify at the time of your application that you're not in default of any other EDA or state assistance. And we have some wage requirements, which is saying that employees full-time or part-time must be paid the greater of $15 an hour or 120% of minimum wage for any tipped employees. Next slide. So we're going to dive into our lease grant. The lease grant was made to offset your annual lease payments. So if you have a lease that has a term of at least 5 years, then this may be a grant that you're eligible for. We do ask that you apply for this grant within 12 months of signing your lease agreement. So it does have to be a lease that has been signed within 12 months of you applying. And what we'll do are 2 payment disbursements. What we'll do is 20% of your annual lease payments after you sign your agreement. And then 12 months later, we'll do another 20% of that year's annual lease payments. Now, if you have multiple locations, then you are allowed 1 application per location. We did set aside 40% of grant funding for Opportunity Zone eligible census tracts. And this has a small approval fee of $100. And that is an approval fee. So that means it's not due until you are approved and you're signing your grant agreement. Next slide, please. Now, for the lease to be eligible, it does have to be space of at least 250 square feet, and we will incentivize up to 10,000 square feet. So if it is more than 10,000, that is okay. The grant is covering 10,000 square feet. It does have to be a new lease that has been executed within 1 year. And if it is not a new lease and you're doing an amended lease, in order to take advantage of this grant, you have to be expanding your space by at least 250 square feet in order to be eligible. It does have to include a first floor space, which means it has to be street level. If it is multiple levels, that's okay, but you do have to have street level space included within this grant. We will go based on the market rate, and it cannot be more than a year old of execution of the grant. And we will ask you to certify at the time of your grant that you are not late on any lease payments. And what we'll do is get a landlord certification document that we'll provide to you to give to your landlord, and he or she will certify that you are not late on any payments. Next slide, please. A couple of exclusions are that you cannot terminate your lease in order to take advantage of this program. So it is for new leases or any leases that are being amended and expanded by 250 square feet. High-tech and business incubator members in non-for-profit facilities are not eligible for it. However, the operators of those incubators can be eligible for this. The landlord cannot have any ownership interest in the tenant's business. And sorry about that. And I'm sorry, my screen, I'm trying to get the notifications off. Any grantees that default on their lease payments during their term, we will have to ask you to repay the funds back to EDA. Next slide, please. For this term and for this lease, we do ask that you have a 5-year commitment or more. So the time commitment for our lease grant is at least 5 years. Next slide. Now, in regards to our improvement grant, this grant you actually can put on top of our lease grant. So none of these grants that I talk about disqualify you. If you take advantage of one, you can take advantage of all of them, one or two. So our improvement grant is a grant that is giving you 50% of what you have put out to make the space your own. And so that is for any interior or exterior renovations. That's for furniture, fixtures, and equipment. And it does have to be new furniture, fixtures, and equipment. But once you put those funds out for those items, we will give you 50%. As long as the total project of everything is at least $5,000, and we will give back up to $50,000 for furniture, fixtures, equipment, and renovations. If you are an employer with one, it's going to be one EIN for each employer. So what you can do, you spread the funds out for the improvement grant across your locations. And we did set aside 40% for opportunity zone eligible census tracts. And this one has a $100 approval fee as well. And it's not due until the execution of your grant agreement. Next slide, please. Now, in order for a project to be eligible for the improvement grant, it does have to be, again, new furniture, fixtures, and equipment, and the work has had to be done and paid for. You will need to certify at the time of your application that the work has been completed and paid for. And when you do the work, we do ask that you apply within 2 years of having the work done. So there is a look back period of 2 years for all the work being done. We'll ask you to provide us with documentation showing that the work has been done and paid for. And with that, you can give us invoices, you'll give us your statements, any canceled checks, just proving that the work has been paid for. Home-based businesses can apply for this grant, and it is solely for your furniture, fixtures, and equipment. And so it will not work for renovations for home-based businesses, but it does work for your furniture, fixtures, and equipment. Any projects that are over 50,000 are going to be subject to green building standards for lighting and mechanical work. And we do have to have the landlord's permission via the certification that I spoke about earlier. We'll ask you for a landlord certification that is saying that you did have permission to do the work in this space. Any projects that are utilizing contractors that have 4 or more employees may be subject to affirmative action. Next slide, please. Now, the time commitment for our improvement grant is if you have a grant and you're getting less than $25,000 for the improvement grant, then you are required to stay within the space for 2 years following your grant agreement. If you have a grant of $25,000 or more in the improvement grant, then you do have to stay in the space for at least 4 years following the grant agreement. Next slide. Now I'll talk to you a little bit about our e-commerce support grant, and that is our third and final grant that I'll talk about tonight. And this grant is for consulting services and digital marketing for those restaurants, those businesses in the restaurant industry, retail, and personal care industries. So what this does is give you help with website development and optimization, e-commerce, online ordering platform, and appointment booking, and digital marketing. So what we did is partner with consultants, and those consultants will assist you, and we will pay those consultants to assist you to do your e-commerce services. Next slide. Now, the businesses that are eligible, again, are restaurants, retail stores, and personal care businesses like hair salons or nail salons. You do have to be situated in a commercial location within New Jersey, a physical storefront. You do have to be registered with the state of New Jersey and meet SBA's definition of a small business. And again, we will ask you for a tax clearance certificate. Next slide. Now, again, the eligible services are for website design, appointment booking, implementation, online marketing. All these services we are allowing the consultants to assist you with. The ineligible services are simply any ongoing fees or apps or services. So it will not work for ongoing fees, but it will assist you with getting those other services going. Next slide. Now, we do have different award sizes for different industries, but no fees will be charged to the business. We will pay the consultants directly to assist you. So anyone that is interested in this program, we have the next slide will give you a list of consultants, and you'll get this information sent out to you, but we have a list of consultants that we have brought on board to assist you in the e-commerce services. And now for the next slide, and the next presenter is my colleague Warren Birchmore, and he's going to tell you a bit about our loan programs.
Thank you, Carla, and thank you for your wonderful explanation of our small business grant programs. I'm Warren Birchmore. I'm a Senior Business Development Officer at the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, and I'm very excited to speak to you all today about our loan programs. Next slide. First is our Small Business Fund. Our Small Business Fund is for businesses that have been in operation for at least 1 year with 1 year of tax returns. We look for your revenue to be less than $3 million, and we also look for your business to report a profit. Regarding benefits, we offer very flexible interest rates. We do that because our rates are based on the U.S. Treasury. You have the option to finance up to $500,000 for a fixed asset. We define a fixed asset as real estate, machinery, or equipment. You also have the option to finance up to $500,000 for working capital. And at the EDA, we define working capital as one-time expense. And you still need collateral to secure this loan as well. Next slide. Next is our direct loans. Our direct loan program is for businesses that have been in operation for at least 2 full years and have filed 2 full years of tax returns. We also look for your business to report a profit, and we also look for your business to be committed to job creation or retention of full-time employees for every $65,000 of NJEDA exposure. Regarding benefits, again, you're going to keep hearing this. We offer very, very attractive interest rates, and we do that because our interest rates are based on the U.S. Treasury. You have the option to finance up to $2 million for a fixed asset, and again, just to reiterate, we define a fixed asset as real estate, machinery, or equipment. You also have the option to finance up to $750,000 for working capital, and again, working capital is defined as a one-time expense. The repayment options here are flexible depending on the type of transaction. Next slide is our Premier Lender program, which is very similar to our direct loan program. The difference here is that our Premier Lender program is actually a loan participation. We still look for your business to be in operation for at least 2 full years with 2 full years of tax returns and reporting a profit. Regarding the benefits, again, our favorite thing to say, very low cost, very attractive interest rates based on the U.S. Treasury. You have the option to finance up to $2 million for a fixed asset, up to $750,000 for working capital, and up to $750,000 for a line of credit guarantee. Regarding eligibility for all of our loan programs, a fixed asset is real estate, machinery, or equipment, and you need one of them to secure your loan. Unfortunately, home-based businesses are not eligible. You will need a debt service coverage ratio of 1.1, and a tax clearance certificate is required. Thank you all so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of our presentation.
Thank you, Warren. And next we'll hear from Erica from SBA.
Thank you very much, Carla. Welcome, everyone. The SBA is, we are a federal agency that works with the New Jersey EDA in helping small businesses obtain financing, get counseling, training, help them with federal contracting, and also with disaster assistance. Next slide, please. As far as counseling and training, in addition to what the EDA offers, the SBA has local resource partners and also a learning center on our website at sba.gov. Next slide, please. The SBA.gov Learning Center has several topics that you can take a look at. They're available, there's 64 classes available 24/7 as long as you have an internet connection. You can work on planning your business, launching it, managing and growing, And this is just to name a few of the topics that are available to you. Next slide, please. The classes and all of the assistance that we do provide are to increase your chances of getting and securing a loan. When you get an SBA loan, or when you look to get funding for anything or any of your projects, if you're not able to qualify for a standard loan with your bank, the bank that does offer SBA loans will then consider, okay, you know, you're a very good borrower, but you might have something that just doesn't fit into our underwriting box. SBA, will you come in and help us feel more secure about offering the loan? And the bank makes a decision to lend their money out to you, the business owner. The counseling that we provide do help you in increasing your chances of securing your loan. They'll help you with setting up your business, your financial projections, putting together your business plan, which is important when you get a loan with the SBA or with any other agency. Help you with marketing, HR, accounting. So a lot of the resource partners that the SBA has is able to help you with that. The local resource partners are the SBDC, there's SCORE, the Women's Business Center, and VBOC. And next slide, please. Again, and this is what I was trying to explain earlier, and I apologize, but we have a lending partner, which are the banks. Okay, the lenders lend the loans, the SBA money direct to you. The SBA does not lend money direct to you as a business owner. That's what I was trying to say earlier. So the banks will make a decision. They say, you know what, you qualify for an SBA loan. And qualifying for an SBA loan might be allowing you to have a longer term on your loan than is standard for a regular program. It could be maybe gives you a little bit more leeway on assets that you have, or a little bit more leeway on, let's say, collateral that you might have, things like that. And it provides you an opportunity to get a loan where you would not normally have gotten a loan. So the bank will say, okay, SBA, we've got a good lender. Will you help us do this loan? We say, yes, we technically guarantee your loan should you lose, should you default, but none of us want you to default. And so when they give you their money, you work with the bank, and hopefully then you grow and continue your business. Oh my goodness. Next slide, please. So the lender does certify why an SBA loan is needed. Your loan is viable, you've got cash flow, your repayment is okay. And we reduce the lender's risk. So when I say that we guarantee the loan, if the risk for the lender is higher because you have insufficient collateral, you have non-standard repayment terms, we can come in and ensure that lender so that you can get the loan that you need now. And get yourself started and help grow your business at that point. Next slide, please. Okay, the companies that started, grew, and expanded with the SBA are some that you have probably noticed before. There are many opportunities available to you through the SBA, the NJEDA, and all others that are on this event today. We can help you expand and grow. So, you know, FedEx, Staples, Nike, they all started with SBA loans. So the opportunities and the resources are all here available for you. And please feel free to reach out to me should you have any questions regarding the SBA and what we can do to assist you and how we can help you grow your business. Thank you very much. Thanks for putting up with me today. It's been a long day.
Thank you, Erica. And next, we're going to have Anthony from New Jersey Business Action Center.
Here I am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? My name is Anthony Martinez, and I'm a small business advocate for the New Jersey Business Action Center out of the Secretary of State Department. I'm just going to give you all a brief overview of 3 of the offices dedicated to assist small businesses out of the State Department. And they are business advocacy, small business advocacy in the Office of Export Promotion. Okay, so our business advocates, a couple of the things they do is they provide site assistance. So if you're a new or existing business looking to locate or relocate in the state, and you know how many square feet you need, your desired location or your space usage, if you're looking for office, retail, warehouse or industrial space, if let's say you need a loading dock or a garage, a bay, things of that nature, they can assist with that. They also assist with project management assistance. Now, the Office of Small Business Advocacy, where you'll find me, is we assist with government assistance. We provide government assistance. So if you're looking to be for any of the certifications, small business enterprise, minority business enterprise, women business enterprise, veteran-owned business, disabled veteran-owned business, and the new LGBTQ certification, we can assist you with those applications as well. We also, if the product or service that you sell requires a state license from any of the state departments, we can assist you with obtaining those state licenses and doing those applications and the regulatory process as well. And lastly, we have our Office of Export Promotion that helps with creating an export plan, identifying global export markets, guiding you through foreign custom procedures, and there's the availability out of the Office of Export Promotion of the STEP grant, the State Trade Expansion Program grant, which can be used for things like attending international trade shows, website translation, and translating your marketing materials. As you see there, the important websites in our NJEDA hotline. There's the Business Action Center website. We have our live chat. Visit us on our live chat, business.nj.gov, where you can speak with one of our representatives or call our helpline, 1-800-JERSEY-7, again, where you can speak with one of our representatives. You can request to speak with me. When I'm not on the road, I answer the chats and the helpline as well. Además, hablamos en español y le podemos dar la asesoría en español. So we have Spanish-speaking representatives as well. And the best way to communicate with me is via my email there, anthony.martinez@secretaryofstate.nj.gov. I like to say it's someone special because I'm special, but you all are special. And I want to thank you for inviting us to be a part of this, the series, the North, Central, and South Jersey series. And I wish you all success for you startups, and for you existing businesses, we wish you continued success. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Anthony. All right, next we will have Anna from Treasury. Anna, you're up.
Last before I go, I wanted to say, we connect you with all our sister state agencies that are here on the call. Treasury, Anna, Solange, we work very closely with all of them. We can connect you with them as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Anna Villagran, and I am a certification auditor at the Department of Treasury, Division of Revenue. And I'm here today to explain the certification program and benefits. Next, please. The New Jersey Department of Treasury is the one that is in charge of processing the certification and registration program for the following: small business enterprise, minority business enterprise, women-owned business certification, minority and women-owned business certification, veteran-owned business, disabled veteran-owned business, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning, plus business certification. The benefits of the certification is by obtaining one or more of these certifications, you may be eligible in select set-aside gold programs. Currently, the state of New Jersey has 2 contract set-aside programs. The 25% set aside for certified small businesses and 3% set aside for disabled veteran-owned business. Next, please. The Treasury commitment to the business community. Treasury is committed to broadening opportunities for small, minority, women, LGBTQ, and veteran plus and disabled veteran-owned business. To further encourage participation to these programs, the department continues waiving the $100 fee that normally is required to apply for the certification. Once you obtain the certification or certification, your business contact information will be posted in a public database called Selective Assistant Vendor Information, which is SAVI. Next, please. Okay, general certification eligibility standards. Before you apply for any of the previous program, all businesses must be fully registered and in good standing. Being fully registered means that all for-profit corporation, LLP, LLC companies, and LLP must obtain an employer identification number with the IRS. You should also file for a certificate of formation at the following website. And then you also need to complete the registration form, NJEDA, to be properly registered in New Jersey. And also the general partnership and sole proprietorship, they have to obtain an employer identification number from the IRS and also complete the tax employer registration form at the following website. Being in good standing means that the business has completed the applicable steps above and remains compliant with ongoing registry filing requirements. Next, please. Type-specific eligibility standards. So once you decide which certification you would like to apply, each one has its own eligibility. A small business enterprise, which is the SBE, must be principal place of business in New Jersey, 51% of business operation or sales in New Jersey, or 51% of company full-time employees working in New Jersey. It must be independently owned and operated. It must be for profit, 100 or less employees in full-time position, and depending upon the certification category chosen, various revenue might apply. The minority and women business enterprise certification, it must be at least 51% owned by minority or women person. It must be independently owned and operated. Management control of daily operation, operating control by women and or minorities, technical expertise in the field of operation, an applicant company must be for profit. Next. Disabled veteran-owned business enterprise. Applicant must be reside in New Jersey. Applicant must be officially verified by the United States Department of Veteran Affairs as a service disabled veteran. Principal place of business is in New Jersey. Business is independently owned and operated. The business is at least 51% owned by resident person who is a service disabled veteran. Applicant must be for profit. The veteran-owned business, principal place of business must be in New Jersey. Business is independently owned and operated. Business is at least 51% owned by New Jersey resident who is honorable discharge, veteran-owned. This has to be approved by the Form DD-214. The BOB applicant owner must have served in the U.S. Armed Forces for a minimum of 90 days. Applicant company must be for profit. The new certification program, the LGBTQ+, this has to be also 51% owned for more of the business by person who identify as LGBTQ+, independently owned and operated, management control of daily operations, operating control by person who identify as LGBTQ+, technical expertise in the industry, an applicant company must be for profit. Next, please. how to apply. Once you decide which one you would like to apply, you can go to the following website, which will display all the details and requirements for each program. And then once you're ready, then you can go to the other website and to apply. We also have a fast track option, which is available for minority and women applicants. We accept the following certifications: Port Authority of New York, New Jersey, other state certification agency, MSDC, and WeBank. And the fast track application are also submitted through the UCS online system. And you will need to upload the application that you completed with the other certifying agency and the current approval or letter from the certifying agency. We are also considering a fast track option for LGBTQ plus applicants. If you have any question about this fast track or any other question, you can call 609-292-2146. Thank you very much, and thank you for the invitation, and I'm happy that I was here.
Thank you, Anna. All right, next up, we have Ms. Solange from Taxation.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, ETA, for having us participate in celebrating our small business community and providing this important resources. For our small business owners out there tuned in, I know this can be overwhelming perhaps to you all, but just know that you're not alone. You have all of us providing all these resources for you guys to be successful, and you have each other as well. If you can just go to the next slide, please. Okay, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we do in Division of Taxation. I know most of you run away from us, but I implore you to run to us because we do provide some services for you guys to take advantage of. If you can go to the next slide, please. What we do is we offer free business tax workshops. We offer business tax workshops with these topics in mind, you know, how to register your business in New Jersey, reporting business income, understanding sales and use tax, what's taxable, what's not, products and services alike. We offer also online businesses and New Jersey sales tax. What are the implications with online businesses as in regards to sales tax? And we also offer industry-specific presentations upon your request. So if you are in an industry that you don't know anything about, what are my tax implications in the food industry, perhaps, or perhaps, you know, any other contractors, things of that nature, we do offer those presentations as well upon your request. We also do community outreach and tax updates to our tax professional community, AARP and VITA volunteers. We talk about, you know, the property tax relief programs offered by the state of New Jersey. So those are the things we do in this, you know, in the Division of Taxation. So we actually want to really encourage you that if you, you know, if a few of your friends, 10 or more people gather together and want to know more about how to properly register a business or how to report your business income once you start gaining some profits and things of that nature, please reach out to us and we will come to you, or we can tell you also of our schedule of workshops that we do have in place that you can attend to those as well. If you can go to the next slide, please. So how to register. I'm going to briefly talk about how to register. We are educators. We want to simplify, if you will, this process for you guys, because then we know it can be overwhelming, and we're just one little aspect of business registration, but we want to try to simplify it as much as possible. Next slide, please. So business registration consists of two business structures, if you will. There's the business entities, which comprise of our LLCs, LLPs, LP, corporations, and S corporations. And it's a 3 simple step process, right? Number one, you create and name your entity. What do you want your business to be named? You know, you go ahead and reserve that name at a state level. You pay a fee, a one-time fee of $125 for profit or $75 for nonprofit. Second step is you get an FEIN. I know Anna mentioned it as well. You obtain an FEIN. This is required for business entities. So you obtain an FEIN, which is a federal employer identification number. You can do that through the IRS website. It's simple, quick, and easy, free of charge. And then the last step is you will complete the NJ registration form. You will complete the registration form, which lets New Jersey know, hey, I am a business. I'm a business in New Jersey. Okay, that's for our business entities. Next slide, please. For our individual structures, these are our sole proprietors and partnerships, which there was a huge influx of sole proprietors during the pandemic, right? People went into business for themselves. So with this, it's the same 3 simple step process. You would register a trade name and pay $50 one-time fee of $50 to reserve your name on a county level. Okay, whatever county you're in, you reserve your name on the county level. This is optional for those who are sole proprietorships or general partnerships. The second step, it would be the same to obtain an FEIN number. This is also optional, but we highly recommend for you guys to obtain a federal employer identification number. Again, this is free of charge, quick and easy. And obviously, if you don't obtain this number, you would be utilizing your social security number in all these important business documents, and you don't want to do that for obvious reasons, one of them being, identity fraud and things of that nature. And the last step is you will complete the form NJ Reg to let us know, hey, I'm a business and I exist in New Jersey. Okay, next slide, please. So just a summary for our entity, for business structures, business entities, you would reserve your name on a state level, obtain an FEIN, and complete the form NJ Reg. Individual structures, reserve your name on a county level, obtain the FEIN, and complete the registration form for New Jersey. Next slide. Now, this is the important part that I want to emphasize to all of my business owners out there. Please listen carefully, okay? Very carefully. Next slide, please. All those who spoke before me and those who will come after me, okay, will tell you about all these amazing loans and grants and funding for your businesses, right? So listen carefully, okay? You cannot obtain any of these things if you're not properly registered, okay? So you would have to get a tax clearance in order to obtain funding, grants, loans, etc. A tax clearance certificate will only be issued to businesses or individuals who are registered with New Jersey Division of Revenue. Tax clearance is essentially is a tool to verify that you are tax compliant and that you're doing all that the state is requiring you to do. If you haven't properly registered, then we cannot confirm that you're tax compliant because we don't know who you are and what you do. So you can't take advantage, you can't take advantage of these loans and these grants and this funding for your business. You also cannot bid on any contracts, okay? Because in order to bid on contracts, you have to have a business registration certificate. How do you obtain a business registration certificate? Exactly, by registering your business properly, okay? And the last thing is you cannot use our legal system. In case of any lawsuits or anything like that, you can't use our legal system if you are a business who did not properly register. So that's the important part that we bring to our small business community, is just to provide those workshops that will educate you and that will set you on the right footing for your business to be successful. Next slide, please. These are our resources. Next slide. If you can go ahead and register for our e-news on our website, go on our website, just click on news. Next slide. Subscribe to email list. And the next slide, please. And subscribe to our tax e-news. This is again, we're not going to sell your emails to anyone. We just want you to stay up to date with any tax related topics. And this is a great way to do so. And the next slide, this is our contact information. The best way to reach us, honestly, is via our email. Okay, we're not usually in the office. We have remote days. We are on the road. We have speaking engagements as this one. So the best way to reach us is our email at outreach.tax@tres.nj.gov. You can also visit our website if you're interested in attending these workshops. We do have a schedule posted on our website where we offer these workshops and you can attend. And again, just reach out to us, go on our website, complete a request for a speaker form, and we can come out to you if you have 10 or more friends, and we'll go ahead and speak on these topics to you guys. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Please visit our social media, like us, follow us, all the above. We are on all the social media platforms, which is a good thing. But thank you again so much for joining us, and much success to you guys.
Thank you, Solange. And our last presenter, and certainly not our least, is Dr. Jacqueline, and she's going to be telling you a bit about our Small Business Development Centers of New Jersey. And Dr. Jacqueline, it's on you.
Thank you, Carla, and thank you to the NJEDA team for inviting us to be part of the conversation today, especially during Small Business Week, as it's coming to a close in a couple of days. It's wonderful to see so many of our partners on the call as well. You know, I see them as resources, of course, for our small businesses. So my name is Dr. Jacqueline Mejias Fuertes. I am the Regional Director of the Small Business Development Center that covers Monmouth and Ocean County. And I am part of what I call a network. Well, I don't call it a network. It is actually a network of 11 centers that end up covering all 21 counties. And thank you for moving that slide for me without me having to say next. I appreciate it. Right. So we've been around for over 45 years at this point. I'm always proud to say that our particular center, which is hosted out of Brookdale Community College, is actually the first center when it first started here in the state of New Jersey. And for us, we're at the point of, we're going into our 48th year. So we've been around for a bit. Our headquarters is out of Rutgers University in Newark, the business school. And as I stated, we have 11 centers. We have over 20 affiliate satellite locations. And the purpose behind that is really to make it convenient for our small business communities. So this way, if an individual lives in one place, works in another, they could decide which SBDC center they would like to work with. Next slide, please. So part of who is the SBDC, right? Which you just saw the slide before. And our goal really is to provide assistance to small and mid-sized businesses. Our goal is really to help fuel the economy statewide here in the state of New Jersey. So by providing comprehensive assistance to the small and mid-sized businesses, that's our goal. This is how we help move our state forward. So how do we go about doing that? So we provide, it's pretty straightforward, the three things that we offered here. One is our expert counseling, second is training, third is exclusive small business resources. Next slide, please. So when we're talking about expert consulting, the consultants that we have that participate across the whole network are experts in their field. So for us, it's not that you're just going to see one consultant. You're going to see whatever consulting you need in order to help move your business forward. And that doesn't matter what stage you're in, because you could be in the ideating stage, which is where you're coming up with an idea and you just need to find out if the business is going to be viable or not. We can definitely help you with that. If you are at the business startup phase, we're here to assist you in that phase as well. As your business matures, we're here to assist you with that, as well as exiting your business. Because if you start with the end in mind, you're going to figure out, yes, I want to run this business for how long? Who knows, right? So one of the things that we are truly known for, and that's the Small Business Development Center, it's not just that it's no cost counseling, but it's confidential. And for us, that's critical, because when you're talking to someone about your finances, I don't know about you, but not too many people that I come in contact with, I really want to be open about it. And for us, in order to steer you and guide you in the right direction, we need to find out everything we can about you to ensure that the proper products that are out there you can be applicable to apply. So for us, we have different types of counseling. Like I said, it goes across the gamut when you look at counseling. And all I want you to know from that perspective is that they are experts in their field. Doesn't matter, you know, what assistance you need. We really go out of our way to find a consultant to help you. So next slide, please. And when we're talking about the comprehensive training, so here, the training that we provide, the topics are pretty much endless when you come to look at it. It's, you know, about business development. It is about financing, what's going to work best for your business. It's about the basic businesses. I was just listening to some of my colleagues, Solange, Anna, they were talking about certifications. We assist with certifications as well, because while the sites are there and we know that they can provide you with assistance as well, sometimes they're not available. We are. We're here for those that need the hand-holding, who get confused with the process. We're here to help you move forward. Solange had mentioned at the end of her presentation how not being registered properly can negatively impact you down the road. And she's correct. We saw that during the pandemic, that people were not registered. The New Jersey reg, they may have used some other entity to help them register, leaving them short of completing the New Jersey reg, only to find out that they couldn't apply for grants. So we provide training in that. We counsel on that as well. Business registration, again, if you see that as a confusing process, we have workshops that we offer on that, as well as do some hand-holding along the way to make sure that you're receiving the information that you need in order to register your business properly. And not only to register your business properly, but to understand what you're getting yourself into. Do you understand the difference between an LLC and an S Corp? Do you know why you may want to go into a partnership or not? This is where we take the time to provide you through training, education, to make sure that you make the best decision possible for yourself. So, for us, again, it expands the gamut. We're looking to help you with business development, business planning, strategic planning, making sure that you can implement it. How do you go about doing that? So there's so many aspects to business development, and we're not the one-all. We are one of the many resources that you're hearing today that are here to assist you. When it comes to SBA, we are considered part of their technical support. As you saw on the list, SBDC, that's who we are. Some people may confuse this with SBA, and I always go, no offense to Erica, when there's no A in SBDC. So remember that when you're looking to see how is it that the SBDC can help, who you want to contact as well. So next slide on that. So here we're talking about small business resources. And as you look at this particular slide, you can see that the SBDC is in the middle. And the reason is that we're, almost a wheel hub spoke type of thing. We connect with everyone. Everyone connects with us as well, because we know it's important. It's important to be able to bring the services that the small business community needs to them. So through the SBDC, we do go out of our way to make sure that what communities need our services, we service all, as long as they're small to mid-size. We do follow the SBA rules and guidelines in identifying who's a small business. We make sure that all the information is funneled through all our different partners. One of our partners, if you look here, is the educational institutions. This is where you're going to find the SBDCs. SBDCs are hosted in educational institution. That was done purposely. The purpose behind the SBDC is to assist all the other agencies with economic development. We are just one piece of this whole wheel spoke model that you see there, but you see everyone that we are connected with, and that everyone is connected with us. And that's purposely. And that is to make sure that any business who's out there who needs assistance can reach out to us to further their business. For us, it's about sustainability. We can help you register a business, as can anyone else on this call. That's the easy part. Getting you to register, honestly, you may think it's complicated. It is not. We can get you there. However, seeing that your business is around for the next 5 years or more, that's the challenge. For us, it is about making sure that we provide you, again, with the education, with the counseling, with the information that you need, of all the resources that are out there financially, for business growth, for marketing, sales, whatever it is that your business needs in particular. We want to make sure that that information is being funneled out there, because, again, if your business is sustainable, think about the community you're in. That's economic impact. You created a job by starting a business for yourself. And if you're hiring someone, that's even on a larger scale for economic impact. And if we are doing it all together in a beautiful way, like we're doing here in the state of New Jersey, it's a wonderful thing. I have a client that, when he went from idea to starting a business, doing it from home, to getting outside of his home and getting it into outside retail space, it was amazing because of all the different resources that came together to make it happen. It's not that we're just one. It's not that NJEDA, sorry, Carla, is one. It's not like in BAC, Anthony is another, taxation department is another. We work in conjunction with each other to make sure that you, the small business community, is receiving the resources you need. Because if you win, we win. Our goal in our center, in our network, is to make sure that we are providing that economic mobility to all who are interested in getting a business off the ground. Next slide. So here's a little bit of impact of what the NJSBDC has done and how we've benefited the community that we serve here in the state of New Jersey. So when you're looking at capital infusion, look at that number. This is how much money we were able to help businesses infuse into their organization, which in turn, economic development happens. Sales and revenues, look at that number. You know, new businesses to assist, almost 857 to me. It's amazing that people are starting their businesses, but are still around. You know, established businesses, we helped over 15,000. We counsel clients. This is what we do. And I have to say, if we did not do it well, we would not be here. And we've been here for over 45 years. And like I said, I love, you know, ring the bell for our particular center because it's been around for over 47 years as part of the pilot program. How many jobs supported? Look at the amount of hours we put into counseling. Our clients are important to us because their success is our success. And I know that our success, I share it with my colleagues here on the call, you know, with all the resource partners. And as you can see, all the training and everything that goes into it as well. And then next slide, which is the last slide, it's really about how you can find us across the whole state of New Jersey. We know how diverse the state of New Jersey is. And because of that, you have us in different counties, you know, and each center has their own specialty, to so to speak, even though we have the foundation to make sure that everyone who's going into business is creating a sustainable business, because if that foundation is not there, it's going to crumble. And how do they access these services? It's pretty simple. Visit our website, which is our headquarters website, the njsbdc.com. The request for counseling, that's what you have to do. Complete the request for counseling form. Once you do that, we will get back to you because it goes directly to whatever center is within your region. That's where the application is going to go. We're going to give you a call back within 48 hours, you know, to discuss, you know, very lightly, what kind of services are you looking for? Are we able to assist you? And I could tell you one thing, if we cannot assist you, we will refer you to one of our resource partners. We're not the end all, but we're here to make it as easy as possible for you to help you get to where you need to go. So with that, thank you once again, Carla, and everyone, all my colleagues, you know, for having me on the call. My assistant Maggie is also on the call, our assistant director of the center. So thank you all for participating, and for all the businesses that are still on the call. You need our assistance, reach out. As you saw, there's no cost for this counseling. I always love to say, we are your tax dollars at work, simply because we are funded in part, not completely, by the SBA. We do receive funding from the state through the Business Action Center, you know, so, and then we have other private entities that are willing they understand, not willing, but they understand the importance of supporting an organization such as ours, because as it was said by the deputy first on the call, small business is the backbone of America. We are absolutely it. And here in the state of New Jersey, in case you don't know, about 98% of the businesses are small. The number is huge, you know, when you come to look at it. So the number is huge when you're looking at those that have under 500 employees here in the state of New Jersey. So remember, we're here to help. We're part of this amazing group that, you know, that's what we want to do. And that's why we're here. So thank you to everyone. Carla, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline. And what a way to end it. I hope that you all feel appreciated as business owners in New Jersey. We highly, highly recommend that you take advantage of all these resources. And that is why we're here. We appreciate that you get up every day and we get up every day to service you. And that is why we're here. And that is a perfect segue into this last slide for our former colleague who has passed on, and her name is Maribel, and she worked tirelessly to support New Jersey businesses. I'm sorry. So we hope that we can fill just a little bit of the shoes that she filled in her role here at EDA and across the state in helping small businesses. So we thank you all for being here tonight, and you all have a great rest of your night. Thank you.